Former White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest is preparing for a new job with NBC. The news outlet made the announcement Monday morning during the Today Show. Earnest will be joining the network as a political analyst at the D.C. Bureau. He is following a trend of former secretaries going from the White House to national news outlets.
Presidential portraits are back on public display in a temporary space at the National Portrait Gallery. Its newest addition are two portraits of the 44th President, Barack Obama. Grace Galvin reports.
Two photographs of former President Obama are now hanging in the National Portrait Gallery of the American Art Museum. They are small in size compared to the surrounding portraits, but these two photos stand out from the rest of the exhibit. One has the president grinning from ear to ear, and the other is more calm and stoic. The photos are meant to stand in as a temporary piece for the 44th president while his formal portrait is being completed. Visitors took in these two photos along with the rest of the portraits that are mostly works of Chuck Close. This artist has a unique way of portraying the presidents, as you can see with the more modern style of former President Bill Clinton. Diane Blumberg, a volunteer of the museum, isn't too fond of that style.
He's done some really, really great art, and to think of his handicap, I mean, it's amazing. But I'm not a modern art person, so. The other one that we have of Clinton is very nice, very, very nice.
President Obama's permanent portrait will be available soon. Grace Galvin, District Wire News.
Internet sensation April the Giraffe is expected to give birth any day now. According to zookeepers at Animal Adventure Park in upstate New York, she's starting to show signs of labor. But experts aren't exactly sure because giraffes naturally hide their labor to protect newborns from predators. The birth will stream live on YouTube, and the feed has already garnered millions of views.
The cherry blossoms are starting to flower around the D.C. area. But how will the recent freezes, snows, and thaws affect the bloom? And what if you can't stand the crowds but still want to see the trees? Our Aaron Lerner has more.
More than 12,000 cherry blossom trees line the streets of Kenwood in Chevy Chase, Maryland. Each year, when the trees flower, visitors come from all over the area to walk around, take pictures, and even picnic beneath the blossoms.
It's really a fairyland here because the trees form a canopy on all the streets, and you're not going to see that at the mall. As soon as the cherry blossoms are out at the tidal basin, people know enough to come here now because this is no longer a secret. And a lot of people picnic at the park. In fact, there's so many people there that the ice cream truck comes and does a very good business. I have picked up the blossoms off the street and shoved them into an envelope and mailed them to people who want to see what the cherry blossoms look like.
The Kenwood cherry blossoms are starting to bud and flower, but how will the recent cold snap affect the peak bloom?
These are all budded. You can see a lot of these are tightly budded.
Well, cold is really not the best thing for trees. A lot of times, especially when we have a warm spell like we did this February, things tend to leaf out or start to really push flowers. Which is kind of dangerous when you get a cold snap to come through because the cold will just burn the flowers off. We're hoping the cherry blossoms will be okay. They tend to take the cold a little bit better than some of the other plants. Worst case scenario, you lose all the flowers. The trees themselves will be fine. The flowers come out before the leaves do. It'll just be a loss of a bloom this year.
It remains to be seen how the recent snows will affect the cherry blossoms. But for the Kenwood trees and their thousands of visitors, let's hope the flowers were able to safely weather the storm. Aaron Lerner, District Wire News.
Coming up, meet some inspiring special athletes that are spreading cheer in Maryland.